There we go. It's time. Coffee's pouring through. I got a cat. She stole my spot. I had to move her. She didn't like it. She bit me. Oh, I really have to trim my face, don't I? Hair's getting long. Looks like it's ready. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Monday, August 3rd, 2020. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. I think I've settled into using boiling water. Now, how much of that is because it needs to be boiling, and how much of that is because by the time I get it in the cup, it cools off. I don't know, but boiling water seems to be a little bit better. It's like an art to making coffee. And really, I just want to drink it. But if I'm going to go through the trouble, might as well do it the right way. Might as well experiment, learn what I can, see how I can improve. It's like the martial arts philosophy brought to coffee, isn't it? I don't know about you, I had a pretty darn good weekend. Friday was pretty solid. Saturday was pretty solid. Sunday was pretty solid. Mixed it up all over the place. Yesterday, I actually worked a little bit. Some of you may have even received emails from me or noticed some other things work-related. I find that on weekends, there's not a lot of work that I can motivate myself to do. You know, work that I would do during the week, sort of thing. But if I get myself out of the house and I bring my laptop to a coffee shop, I can get through some email. And I plowed through a ton of email. It was awesome. It was really great. I think I have 1 or 2 emails left in my Whistlekick inbox. I mean, just getting through them was great. What else did I do? Went to Costco, where plenty of things are still not in stock. And they still have restrictions on things. I don't know what to make of that. Saturday, hung with the family. What else I do Saturday? Spent some time at the gym yesterday, Friday. Was working on some kicking yesterday. Randomly lately, I've just been doing forms. Just trying to remember a form and going through it. Remembering another form, going through it. Even the ones that I can't remember the whole thing, just doing the parts that I do. I miss forms. I miss karate kata. I do. I think I need to join a karate school again. I just miss doing kata. Different martial arts have different flavors to their forms. I mean, you've seen it. You watch Kung Fu forms, and they have some similarities. You watch Taekwondo forms, they have some similarities. I like karate forms. I miss them. Maybe I'll train again. I don't know. This is a weird time to start something. Good coffee. What else I do this weekend? A little bit of time in the yard. Noticed that the wild blackberries that I've been maintaining are doing really well. It's blackberry season, blueberries, raspberries. I got them all in my yard. Apples are starting to come in. I'm going to have an insane number of grapes and hazelnuts this year. Plenty of food. Growing plenty of food. What else? What else has happened? It's been really nice. The weather overnight, it's been a little bit cool. Wake up, get that little bit of a coolness Coming through the windows. Feels good. Now today, it's Monday, so there should be a podcast episode. Let's see. Let's make sure. Let's see who's there, because I never remember. And I can tell you something about it. Oh, yeah. Today's episode is with Hanshi Allen Libby. This was fun. Took a little while for him to really open up and get into the stories. But once we did, whew, I mean, this is a guy who's been training a long time. Started training as a kid at a time when nobody was teaching kids, and he just kind of hung in there. And I wonder how many people he was responsible for inspiring. It seems like quite a few. So, great episode. Check that out. What else is going on today? I feel like I have calls and meetings all day, and if everything goes right, knock on wood, I will be going to Taekwondo tonight for the first time in months. I made space in my schedule. Haven't been there in a while. I know the instructor's running classes, so we'll go visit, see what's going on. Oh. Yeah. Oh. What can I tell you? I don't know if there's anything else to tell you. It's Monday. Happy Monday. Let's see what we got to talk about. Let's see what you all wrote in. Pretty sure I saw some stuff from Frank. And any of you can feel free to drop stuff in there. In fact, I hope you will, because it gives me more to talk about. You can just drop it in the comments below. There we go. All right, yep, looks like we got 4 things from Frank today from 2 different Gracies. For the choke, there are no tough guys. Helio Gracie. I've not been choked to the point of passing out. I know that's something that sometimes people will ask for. I have no desire to pass out. I've lost consciousness at times from various things, but it's not something I'm going to ask for. You can't tough yourself out of a choke. You can't, In fact, my understanding of the way the physiology works, the more you try to toughen it out, the more you're going to constrict the arteries by, pressing against them with your own muscles. Yeah. What do you do against the choke? If you can't do really violent things to get out of it, you're probably going under. It's one of those examples of, hey, you screwed up a number of times before you even got there. There isn't a way out of everything. You should never have a power in any area with the purpose of harming someone. Helio Gracie. Intent is so important. We downplay intent, I feel, in society. We don't talk enough about intent. We focus so much on the end results. For example, if someone was trying to do something negative to you and they failed at it, they're trying to harm you in some way and they screwed it up and it ended up being beneficial to you, are you going to be happy with them? No. You can be happy at the outcome, but you're not going to be happy with the person. And vice versa. If someone's trying to do something nice for you and they screw it up, and it's not really that nice for you. Maybe you're frustrated, but you're probably thankful that they were thinking of you, trying. And I think this is a really important concept that we don't talk about too much, is this importance of intent. And this, if we look at martial arts, we look at all the techniques that we have, all of our training. Is it possible that the outcome harms people? Yes. But do we go into it with that intent? Hopefully not. What's our intent? Our intent is to protect ourselves, others, to a certain respect, the person that is attacking us, using only as much force as is necessary. Our intent is to be good, to be warriors, warrior scholars, soldiers, whatever noun works there for you. I wish more people focused on intent, inside and outside of training. If you are ready to die, then you are ready to live. Rickson Gracie. Now, I can't speak to what his intent in making that statement is, because that's a pretty bold statement. It's a powerful, maybe even a confusing statement. Here's how I look at that. Here's my interpretation. If you think about the broadest definition of living with the most intensity, the most passion, creates the most risk. If you're fearful that everything will lead to death or injury or harm, something negative, where's the life? What will you do? Life involves risk. Stepping out of the house, getting in the car. Heck, right now, going out in public feels risky. But for those of us that put things on hold as we stayed inside for weeks, months on end, it's pretty obvious we weren't living to our full extent. That full extent of life requires risk. And if you're willing to accept that risk, doesn't mean that you welcome it, but accept it, understand that it's part of the equation, you can live more. Motorcycles. Motorcycles are a great example. It is not the safest way to get from point A to point B, but they're a heck of a lot of fun. When I'm on my motorcycle, I can smell the cut grass. I experience things other than hearing them at a much more intense level. That's life. That's living. We can bring this concept back into our training. There are probably drills or competitions or partners that make you nervous, that scare you. Now, obviously, there's calculated risk. But if you go into those circumstances with calculated risk, you can benefit quite a bit. You'll probably be okay. You'll probably learn something. You'll probably be better off than when you started. I've said it before many times, I'll say it again many times. There are only two things that motivate us in life: love and fear. Lead from love. an acceptance of death as part of life, that risk is part of getting out there and doing things. That's love. To hole up, to stay home, to only do the safest of the safest of the safe, that's fear. Fear isn't a good place to be. It's not a place to lead from. So when you're unsure how to act, find the love, find the fear. Lead from love. If we fight for money, I'll stop hitting you when you ask me to. If we fight for honor, I'll stop hitting you when I feel like it. Rickson Gracie. Now, one of the things that I'm aware of in all four of these quotes, unless my memory is off, both of these gentlemen speak Portuguese as their primary language. So there may be some nuance lost in translating to English. I don't know. I'm not saying there is. I'm saying there could be. And as I'm reading this quote from the little bit that I know of Rickson Gracie, I suspect the second half of this statement might have some of that nuance. If we fight for money, I'll stop hitting you when you ask me to. Some kind of a fight, some kind of match, some kind of competition. Referee steps in, person taps, whatever it is, right? If we fight for honor, I'll stop hitting you when I feel like it. It's probably not a competition. That's something else. Most likely something initiated by, hopefully, someone else causing a problem. I'll stop hitting you when I feel like it. That sounds violent. It sounds nasty. But this is where I think the nuance might come in. When would most people stop hitting in that situation? When they know the other person's no longer a threat. When I feel like it. The fight ends when I decide it ends. So to say this another way, if we fight for money, you get to decide when the fight ends. If we fight for honor, I get to decide when the fight ends. Assuming, of course, that I'm the victor in this equation. This is an aspect of martial arts that I am never going to fully understand. I have no desire to step in and compete. Was never something that I wanted to do. Over the last 5 years, it's something that I've thought about a little bit, but it's not something I'm going to do. There are lots of things I'm interested in, but they won't become a priority. They won't be something that I'm really thinking about. Why? I don't want to get punched in the face. I don't like getting hit. Never liked getting hit. Some people don't mind getting hit. I'm not one of them. If I take a shot, sure, that's fine. But I'm not going to create scenarios where it's more likely to happen. I walked through this mental exercise a few times because I've got friends who fight a little bit, and I've got a friend who puts on some kind of exhibition, some smokers, if you know what that means. And he's invited me, said, hey, I'll match you up. And I thought about it. And with my personality, my attitude, and yes, this could be an opportunity for me to work on this, but I don't think it's the best one. One of two things happens when I fight. I win, and I want to continue. I lose, and I want to redeem myself. That's not just the first time. That's every time. And the more frequently you do it, the more likely you are to get really hurt. So, not in the cards for me. Cat's been sitting in the window, watching the birds, listening to the bugs. All right. Time to finish my coffee, start my day. I think I have like 6 phone calls today. It's way too many. I hope you have a great day. I hope you don't have any phone calls, unless you like those. I hope you go check out the episode of Martial Arts Radio. I hope you're following us on all the social media channels. And I hope you are ready for tomorrow's episode of Martial Arts Radio Live. Whistle Kick Live. There we go. Not Martial Arts Radio Live. Tomorrow's episode of Whistle Kick Live. Stacy says, Bird TV, my kitties love it too. Whistle Kick Live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook. So check that out. It's fun. It'll be a good time. Gabe's putting together some great stuff, I'm sure. All right. Leave me some questions, some comments, some stuff below. I'll respond to it tomorrow. Thank you, as always, to Frank for all that he does. Thank you to all of you for watching or listening. And if you want to support the work that we do at Whistlekick, go to whistlekick.com, make a purchase using the code FIRSTCUP15 to save 15%, or go to the Patreon, patreon.com/whistlekick, and you can contribute something there, and we'll give you stuff back depending on what you contribute. Exclusive and original content over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. Take care, everybody. Peace.